Hi, I'm Luann. Welcome to the Woman to Woman Show. I'm here again with my guests, Jim and Shannon French, authors of the fantastic book, QuiverX. And this book is revolutionary for our time, I think. And for the people that weren't able to hear the first show, we're going to kind of recap real quick what this book is about and why you decided to write it. Somebody just jump right in.
The book is all about having children and allowing God to plan your families for you. And we really embrace all the children that God gives us. We don't take any steps to reduce our fertility in any way, and we just welcome each child with open arms.
Wow, that is a new concept. Did you come to this decision early in your married life?
No, actually, our oldest daughter was probably 9 years old when the Lord kind of hit us between the eyes with a 2x4 and said, why aren't you listening to me about this? Why are you trying to make this decision instead of asking for my opinion? So when we realized that we needed to let him be in charge and stop trying to control it ourselves, and it's been nothing but a blessing ever since.
Oh my goodness, and I said in the other show, and I'll say again, you have 7 children, and you're joyfully expecting number 8. Congratulations. When are you due?
End of March.
End of March. This show may be airing right then.
Yeah,
so and you already know it's a boy,
it's a boy.
That's exciting. And tell again the ages of your children.
The oldest is 19, and then 10, 8, 6, 4, 3, 18 months.
18 months.
Soon to be.
So you kind of understand the idea of being busy. So, and you know, I have 6, I understand. What do you want to say to people that say, I can't handle the 2 I've got? Why would you even suggest I embrace the idea of a large family? Isn't that going to just make my life more stressful? You know? What do you want to say?
No, I don't think so. I think part of it is, as we talk about in the book, is there's a diagram of a slider. When we were first married, my slider was very much on the side of me. It was all about me and spending time on me. As the Lord has given us more children, and as I've learned over the years, as I've matured, that slider goes towards the side of ministering to other people. I'm learning how to minister to my children. That selfishness that I had is getting squashed. Daily, it's getting squashed. And it's sometimes we fight against that, but it's really just when the Lord is working with you, let it go, let it flow, and let Him do what He wants to with your life, because it's going to be a great and wonderful thing. I mean, He has good plans for us. He didn't put us here so that we could have some bad things happen to us. He really wants to have good things for us and for our lives and for our children's lives.
So it's really brought us along that road to developing those fruits of the Spirit in our life that it just flows naturally when you have, the more children you have, the more you have to be organized, and the more you have to think about others, and the more you are able to teach them the things that they need to learn, and then you turn around and look in the mirror and say, oh, I see, I was doing that too, and now they're doing that, and I don't like it. So you have to help each other, and they are a mirror, so they will show you your own faults. So the Lord is perfecting me as I am teaching them, and it's really a very synergistic thing, and it happens so naturally. You don't feel like you're suddenly, under the thumb.
And for the parents that have 1 or 2 children and are frustrated with that, you have to spend time training them. You can't not train them. And what I mean by that is you're always training your children. Why not train them in the way that's going to be productive and help you? I would rather have less stress than more.
Right.
You talk about this being a really God-centered decision. What does God want me to do as far as taking the idea away from selfishness? I think that's a really good point, and I think that needs to be brought up by more people, because people in faith communities aren't embracing this concept. They haven't caught on. Okay, I'm going to let God be the author of my married life, how many children I'm blessed with. There's a possibility, just like the funny people in the movie, it's not so funny sometimes when you think of how scary it might be to have a child at 48, 49, 50. This is a possibility, is it not? And especially when you don't have a lot of people around you that are in the same boat. I know that's something that isn't talked about. What do you want to say to people that have that fear or think that, I just couldn't even go there? I don't even want to think about it.
Well, God said that He hasn't given us a spirit of fear, but one of power and love and a sound mind. And fear is not something that He wants us to have. Jesus said that He wants us to have peace. And Jesus came to be the author of that peace. We can have the peace by trusting in Him. And part of that trust means trusting in Him no matter what happens. And some people may look at us and say, oh, well, everything's always been great for you. You've always had a good job. You've always had easy births. Shannon has easy pregnancies. That hasn't always been the case. There have been times I've been unemployed for months. I didn't know when I was going to get a new job. There were times when we had bad births. We had one of our births with a prolapsed cord, and that usually does not have a good outcome. And Kyron is alive and well today. He's totally fine. There were some times right during that birth ceremony, or the birth process, I remember as we called 911, I went in to grab some towels at the request of our midwife. I stopped to pray, and I called my church secretary and said, please start the prayer chain, because we didn't know what was going to happen. But I tell you, God was faithful, and Kyron is fine. He was fine at that time, and he's fine today.
I love that. So you're saying, yeah, fear is real. It really, some parts of just giving it all up to God is scary, and you be faithful.
And God is faithful.
God is
Yes.
faithful. I
He's
love
always
that.
been faithful.
And this subject has a lot of angles. But one of the things that you wrote about, I'm going to talk about because again, it's not talked about in your book on I'll give page 40, is the risk, the physical risk, never mind the emotional or philosophical risk of artificial birth control, the physical risks that women are doing to themselves when they take these drugs. And I'm going to read a short paragraph that you have in here. There's a 40% increased risk of breast cancer if a woman uses the pill before delivering her first child, 72% increased risk if she used the pill for more than 4 years prior to her first child. Women who use Depo-Provera for 2 or 3 years before the age of 25 have a 190% increased risk for breast cancer. That is absolutely ridiculous that this is not being talked about. Why is that?
It's a good question.
Who's making money off
I think
these
that's it.
drugs?
I was going to say follow the money.
Right.
Follow the money.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah. And those are well-documented studies that have happened. And
I tell you, people have to read this book because where else are they going to get this information? We're not going to get it from the drug companies. We're not going to get it from Planned Parenthood. All these peddlers of these drugs say it's safe, it's safe, it's safe. And you say it's not.
Right.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It's not safe,
It's not safe
for women.
It's
and of course
dangerous.
you go into the male side of things and the horrible consequences that wait for them. So there are consequences to not leaving this decision up to God. That's a scary thing.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna look at some videos of your family because I want to see these kids. And I think it's really neat that they're so close in age. They're playmates for each other. I know that really saved me. People don't understand they ship in playmates for their kids. It's
I
like,
don't need
what
to.
is that? I don't get that way. It's you don't need to do that when you have your own.
That's right.
They play with each other. So let's go look at this. All right, there's a cutie.
That's our
Picture
oldest.
of us with our oldest daughter.
Oh.
She was about 2. There, she's 7.
And they grow up so fast, don't they?
Almost this fast, right?
3, almost as fast. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Tasha, and this is my cat, Tenchi.